I want to tell a little bit about my journey. It all began probably about 8 years ago, really. I didn't feel well, I didn't know what was wrong with me, I hadn't any clue what was wrong with me whatsoever. I just didn't feel right, and I was prompted by a relation. I think I should go to see the doctor because I just didn't feel right. And I went to see the doctor, and he diagnosed that I've got depression, which turned out to be really quite bad for me at the time. I was really struggling with it very, very badly. I was off work for about 3 years with this, and it was really hard for us as a family. It's hard for me, hard for my wife. I kept going to the doctor because he wanted to see me on a very regular basis.
I actually went for this appointment, and the lady actually said that he's failed it. No, she couldn't help me. She'd never came across anybody with my problems before. So that just made me 10 times worse. My depression I just went down the big black hole, and that was me. I couldn't get out of it. It's the worst thing possible you could say to somebody with mental health problems. It just reinforced my idea that I wasn't normal and I wasn't even good enough to get help. I felt like a big scary ogre that shouldn't be allowed to walk around, basically. So I suffered stress and I've had panic attacks, which have been mild and severe. Anxiety, I became agoraphobic. I just refused then to leave the house. My oldest child, who is 11, thought it was normal if the doorbell went right, hide so nobody can see us, because I refused to kind of talk to anybody.
There are still really there's still really poor treatment, I think, of people with mental illness. So all too often, family members and friends don't know how to cope when someone they know has a mental illness. They don't know what to say. They're frightened of saying the wrong thing, and so their default option is to say nothing, and that can feel like being ignored or excluded and isolated. People are still discriminated against at work. They're encouraged to leave their jobs. They're ignored at work. There is still so much stigma and discrimination. People come to see me all the time, and they tell us terrible, terrible things that have happened to them at home or with their friends or at work, or perhaps when they've seen their doctor and so on. You know, there's still so much to fight, I think. Still so much to get right. However, things are definitely getting better. You know, we know that. We ask people with experience of mental illness what their lives are like, and we know that people's lives are getting better.
You know that there's other people out there that feel the same way as you do, and they can actually help just by listening to you and giving you that support. And during that time as well, we had a big function. It was actually my daughter's communion, which can be quite a stressful, important event, and I absolutely sailed through it. It was the first time I could, go to church and have a function and talk to people, and I had no problem whatsoever all day. Everybody had a great day. I was able to enjoy the day. My family was able to enjoy the day, that they weren't worried about me, they weren't stressed about me, because they seen I was just genuinely happy and stress free. And that's all down to everything I've done with the CHI.
And I noticed the difference straight away. She just had more confidence in herself. She met good people. She started believing in herself. Personally, I'm really thankful for that, because it makes life a lot easier, especially with 3 kids now as well. Our life's just about 100 times better. It's amazing.
Let me say that anybody that's wanting to make the call to CHI, to come to the Changes programme, don't be frightened by it, because although there is other people there, they're all in the same boat as you are. They've all had the same experience as you are. Most of them you can run a parallel line with one another. You're so close, and that's why we've made so many friends, because we've bounced things off one another and said, well, I thought that was just me that felt like that. Well, it wasn't just me that felt like that. Other people on the course felt like that as well. And slowly but slowly, you start to get a little bit of confidence back.
A real life-changing experience for Donald. wouldn't be anywhere near where he is just now without it. Really, I don't think people in the community realise how important this place is. Like he said earlier, he couldn't have done this at this time last year. He couldn't have done anything like this. The Donald I married 20 odd years ago has not been the same person for the last 8 years. And gradually in the last year, since CHI have taken him under their wing, I have really seen him start to come back. His progress in the last year has been more than it has in the last 8 years since he's had the illness. And the difference is tremendous. CHI has to have so much help to keep them going because they do so much good in the community.